Hey crafters, it's me Jen Evers with Koala Tea Crafts, and what I want to talk to you about today is this Quickstik. So if you look at right here, it says Quickstik by Quikutz, and it says the quicker, poker, picker, upper. And on mine, it actually has some pretty simple directions. I'm going to see if I can get that just to focus in here for a second so you can see it. Maybe if I could stop moving. Wow. Remove lid, twist top, expose sticky tack, twist the other to stop the flow, peel off the old sticky tack as needed, repeat. Anyways, that's all it says, and what it's referring to is this end of it, where when you take off this cap, you have this sticky stuff inside. And if you screw this on tighter, the tighter you screw it on, the more of this sticky tack that's going to pop out the end. This is the part that's going to help you pick stuff up. I had a couple of people want to know how to use this. So you only want enough of the sticky tack so that there's just a little bit on the end here. So don't squeeze it all the way tight, because otherwise all your sticky tack will come out and then it'll be used up and gone forever. I thought that this would open up so that you could put more sticky tack in, but when you unscrew this part, this is what you get. It comes apart like this, and that's it. It's like this is all encased and you can't get into it. However, if you run out of sticky tack, you can go ahead and buy that blue sticky tack stuff and just put a little bit on the end of it and just leave it there, and this cover will keep it in its place. The other thing I didn't know about this right away when I bought it is that this really cool edge, and I'm going to show you in the middle. I've got some stuff set up here to show you how this works. I didn't realize that this switched out. So this edge helps you cut and move some of the embellishments you want to do, and if you pull on this, you actually get a pokey tool on the other end, which is pretty sharp here. So that stays on the inside, and you can swap them out. So if you want to flip it around and use the pokey tool, you can. Otherwise, you leave the pokey tool in and you can use this side. So now I want to show you a little bit about how to use this guy. So let's move some of this stuff over. Let's start out with this guy. This is just one of those eclipse cards that I created, and it has the word love in it in case you can't notice that right off the bat. And I'm going to put on a couple of sequins here. I thought yellow would look really cool, so let's dump out a couple of these. And I kind of want to put them on and see, like where would they look the best, right? And I always go in odd numbers, like 3 or 5. That looks kind of cool. So how you would use this this tool is you would use the sticky side for this, and you would lightly touch. I really should get a zoom. Let me get a box in here. I got another idea of getting this up higher for you guys. Alright, if this is the project that I'm working on right now, let's move that up. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to place these gems. I'm going to use a little bit of my glue, and I'm going to use the sticky tack side, and I'm just going to gently touch. Now, the reason why you don't want to push super hard is because if you get it really, really stuck to that gem, or whatever you're putting on here, mine happens to be a sequin, when you put it back down onto the glue, it's not going to come back off. Do you see how it's not? It's super tacky. You might have to use your finger a little bit. But the lighter you touch it, the better result you're going to get. Because you're going to want to put it into that glue and then let it sit. I personally don't use this much for sequins just because I don't have much of a hard time moving these guys around. But mine is super, super duper tacky. If it's too tacky, like mine is right now, and it's not coming up, not letting you put it down, go ahead and put your sticky tack on your skin or roll it around on some of your fabric, and so it's just less sticky. Because this is super maxed out sticky. Mostly what I use mine for are these, and this is what I really want to show you. These are gems that are all attached by a piece of adhesive that hooks them together like a little train. If I hold still, you can see that little adhesive strip going right down the middle. So they're not individual, they're, you know, all in a strip, right? And they do that on purpose so that you can use it as a strip. So I'm going to flip this tool over. I'm going to use this flat side to push. And now I'm on top of a Kleenex box, so this isn't the best spot. You want it on a hard surface. You can dig it into and rub it back and forth on here, and you can push until that comes off. Then you can take your sticky side and just touch the top of it so that you can pick it up and move it. And I'm going to put a couple of these gems on here. And if you push down firmly and roll off, the sticky will stick. The gem will stick. The sticky on the back of the gem is what I'm talking about, will stick. And you'll be able to roll your tool right off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one. I'm going to push this guy off of here. And if you get some of this extra glue, sometimes mine don't come off exactly perfect. I just use my little scissors and cut them off. I'll show you another quick tip too while I'm here. If that becomes an issue for you, I'm going to just show you that you can use this to, so I got that stuck on there, right? You see that stuck on the end? And now I'm going to put that on my project. I'm going to put it out here. I'm going to push down and then roll off so that the sticky has time to grab on there. And here's another idea, and I do this quite a bit. If you have the adhesive ones that are connected like a train, you can go ahead and just cut them with your scissors like this. Straight up the side like that. On either side. And that'll make it a lot easier for you to use your tool and to scoop them off with. Okay? So then you can loosen it up with your flat side so that it moves a little bit, and then pick it up with your sticky side. See, now I've got that one on there. I'm going to go ahead and stick that one on here as well. I think I'm going to put this one up here. And I'm going to push down and then just roll it off. And that way the adhesive from the gem sticks and my sticky tack just rolls right off of there. Okay, so that is another way of doing that. Let's move this one down. And put my little sequins back. And there's always that cover, of course. So here's another card, and I thought this would look really cool with some pearls on it. I'm going to have to build myself a little thing, a little stand that's higher than this. I want to put some pearls on the middle of this guy. And I've got some here. Now these pearls are individual, as you can tell. They're not on that choo-choo train line where you have to dig them apart, right? But if you use the end of your tool to give it a little push so it slides, and then use your sticky part to pick it up and push it down where you want, you'll be able to put all of your little pearls exactly where you want to put them. Okay? And that is super easy to do. And all your pearls will go right there. So I'll do one more. And then you can always push it down with your finger too if you're worried that it's going to move. Really, really easy, really fun. This tool is super cool. I'm going to move this card now out of the way. I've got one more to show you before I take off today. And that is, if you watch my channel, and if you're in the Patreon group, we do an envelope challenge. And this was the envelope challenge. All this stuff was in the envelope, and I had to do that. We've got a question. Do you know that you can pull out the end of the pointy end too? Yes, Laura, you might want to go back and watch the beginning of the video where I mentioned that. And then here is one that's got some, I've just got some silver ones since I've got some silver in this card. I really want to add some more silver to just pull this out. So I'm going to put some right here. This is what she's talking about, you guys, the pointy side that I showed you before where you can pull that in. Switch it around if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of glue and put on a couple more of these. So I have to decide kind of where I want to put these. And I'm just going to vary it up, I think. Just put one here, here, here. Let's do 3 for now. I don't have as good of luck with sequins, but like I said, I don't use mine for sequins very much. This stuff is super tacky. It works the best, I think, for like gems and pearls and things like that. So I've got a couple on there. It's hard to see until I tilt them and they catch the light. But we've got some silver gems on there. I make cards like this one on the Patreon page, which is where we have the envelope challenge. So if you want to get in on those, join us on Patreon, patreon.com/qualitycrafts anytime, and you'll get put into the private group. And that's 4. I think I'm going to add one more just to stick with that whole odd number thing. I'm going to try just a little bit less glue there. So sticky. It's incredible. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more glue down. So my favorite use for these are the separate little things where you need to get those on, and also the little gems that are connected by that long strip of sticky. So you can cut them apart as I did here, or you can push them apart with the bottom end of that tool. And then, of course, if you've got other small things like, let's see, do I have any die cuts nearby? If you've got tiny die cuts that you need help with, you can also use them for that. So here's a pretty skinny die cut. Let's say I wanted to glue that down, but I needed a little help. I could stick it to one end. I could use my glue to put the glue on where I needed to put the glue on, right? And then I could use this to very precisely move it around and to decide exactly where I want to put it and then put it straight down. So this works for all kinds of different things that are small or meticulous, tiny, that you need a little bit of help with. Think of this as like your extra hand. When I first saw it, I thought, you know, it's totally not worth it. Like, why would I want to buy that? And the more I saw my friends use it, the more I realized, you know what? This would be perfect in my craft room, and I really, really need one. So if you come to the conclusion that this would really help you out, let's say maybe you're a little bit maybe shaky, or you've got other issues with, you know, I don't know, arthritis and other things that you guys have that make it a little bit more difficult, this might be a really helpful tool for you. I did link it in the description box below this video in case any of you guys that don't have one I was questioned by people I think who already had one but just wanted a little bit more insight into how to use it. So yeah, go to Quality Crafts on Facebook. Let me know if there are, if you have questions about this or any other kind of tool, and I would really be glad to help you out and do a video any chance that I get. Tarita says I take out the end and use it to hold the sequins down and then remove the sticky end. That's a really cool idea. So she uses the pokey end, puts the sequin down, and then pokes it with the pokey end and pulls it up. I never even thought of that because I just hand do mine at this point. But I know there are people that need this kind of stuff, Sometimes I don't always come up with that kind of stuff because I'm so well adapted to using my hands and stuff because I'm so capable right now. But as we age and as some people just have disabilities, these are really, really good things to have on hand. So thank you to Rita for pointing that out. I really love that. Heather Springer also does that. Awesome, guys. So today is Tuesday. I will see you guys live on Wednesday for the 1 in 10 by Jen. We're featuring Cindy Wangen's envelope this week. And then also on Free Play Friday. Don't miss that one because it will be the very last foiling one, and I'm going to show you how to put foil on a t-shirt. And then after that, we're going to get into a series on how to create cards using dark cardstock, and that's going to be really super cool. Don't miss it. I can't wait to see you guys next video.